Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back office mystery package. Apparently this is a package of voltage meters. Quantity 1. Voltage meters. Where's my knife of doom? We're going to slice it off. Oh, a bit sharp, isn't it? Voltage meters. Mislabeled package, I think. These look suspiciously like IEC connectors. And I do recall ordering these a while back because of this project, which is kind of still sitting here waiting, languishing, because this project's waiting for fuse holders. And that's my arcade switcher honor. But these are the ones I ended up using, and they're not very good because they don't fit very well into the they don't fit very well into the plastic casing, and I can actually show you why. It's sort of convenient. You can see this is the thickness of the plastic, and that's the little latch, and the latch isn't set far back enough, so it won't latch into plastic. So you end up having something like this where they're a bit wobbly, and they'll have to be resined in. And that, though, is a video for another day. I do have some resin. We're going to try that out. So these are the new connectors, of course. And you can see that they're screw connectors. And if you use them, you know, these are the sort of opposite gender to what you'll normally use, because these are the sort of things you'll have on your PC. You know, you'll have that plugged in. But these are the other way round. So these give power to other things. So you can use them, you know, to sort of daisy chain off. But if you do, be aware of the current, of course. In terms of quality, these ones, they feel all right. They're not too bad. I'm just looking around to see if I got something to plug into them. I do. I have this lead I've hacked off something. Plug in pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that compared to sort of this one. These are really stiff. So let's have a look at those again. I'll put the details if I can find them. These are QR code. Can you look at the QR code? These are 8 pieces. I think there was something like 8 pieces for a 5. They really weren't that expensive. So the world is your oyster. Make your own extension lead or make your own switchy box like this. So you can put these on all your gadgets and then just daisy chain them together, because they're a lot slimmer than the mains adapters in the UK. You know, the mains adapter in the UK, although it will cost you nothing for a 4-way, will be quite big, at least as big as this box. So not particularly interesting, not particularly amazing. I was hoping something more. So I feel that we need to put that aside and have a look in one of the other boxes I've got. And this box is quite hefty. It's quite big. And it says 60 on it. And this is a box from the MB Fiberglass. Lucky me, from Newton Abbey, or Newtown Abbey. And it, of course, is going to be a big box of resin. And I'm just hacking that top off screen because it's the sort of thing that needs a little bit of care. I don't want to puncture the insides, or more important, puncture me. You can hear it's pretty well sealed. Pretty well sealed indeed. Opening the box. Some of those things. Incidentally, if you want to get rid of this, you don't want to spend your time popping it, do this. Look. Yeah! You're like a bag popping production line. One bottle there. Another bottle there. Some things. And that's it. There's some instructions in the bottom of the bag. So you can see these sort of containers. So basically this is epoxy resin on a much larger scale. And it's the Axon Epolam epoxy resin and hardener. 1.3 kilos of it, in fact. A whole 1.3 kilos. So we'll have a look. And these are actually a bunch of sort of syringes for measuring. So you're probably used to the epoxy resin that you get in the quite small size that you buy in Poundland. You get the 2-part one, you know, it's sort of 1 part hardener and 1 part the resin itself, and you mix them in a sort of 1-to-1 ratio, and then that gives you your resiny goodness. This is pretty much the same thing, but it won't be a 1-to-1 ratio, because of course it's a liquid. It's a sort of liquid base. It's not sort of the same sort of thing. Mix weight by ratio, 100 resin to 30 hardness. Shake both before mixing. So what my idea was, and here's a really good example of it. I've got all of these things in here to actually epoxy in. You can see that they're loose. And of course I've got all these PCBs that I've put down in this project. And I've used hot glue. See these blobs of hot glue like that. I don't really want to leave the hot glue in there in a sort of, once it goes into a more real use scenario. So what I'm going to do is I will inject epoxy resin in these areas, and that's why you see I have syringes. Well, that's at least why you think I've got the syringes. No, the syringes are for measuring out. What my intention is to fill baggies like this with 100's worth. I'm not sure yet how 100 mil or how I'm going to measure this. Probably say 100 mil of that to 30 mil of this using the syringe. And I'm going to seal the Ziploc bag and then squidge it all around to activate the components and mix them up. And then cut the corner and then just use it like a piping bag to pipe that epoxy where I need it. So there you go, that's going to be my intention. So not too exciting about these, but this is quite exciting. It's quite a lot. Let me just get the price for you of this. I paid around, and I got it via eBay. You can probably get direct. I paid £27.99 for the lot. So it's £16.67 ex VAT and £6.66 carriage. So that's not bad though, £27. Think how many things you could resin with that size of resin. A whole kilo of it. Please feel free to leave any comments down below. Click like or subscribe if you're that way inclined. And as ever, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.